大家好, kumusta? My name is Victor. In today's video, we are going to be showcasing the results of the Ulanzi fan for the a6700. It actually fits a lot of cameras, and I'm going to list them all out in here. Now, I've actually made a mistake with my testing that the Sony a6700 became a tank because I was only using a manual lens, so it wasn't using the autofocus. It wasn't using anything that has to do with the electronics of the lens. It kind of made the workload so light that it lasted for so long. Now, all the settings in the camera has high temperature setting on, eye autofocus, active stabilization, the lens compensation. I've also loaded up my custom LUT and that the ambient temperature was hovering over 28 to 32 degrees Celsius. And the test results for 4K 24 was actually pretty good because from the very first time I tested the overheating test, it was about 40 minutes for 4K 120, 10-bit 422 at the highest bit rate. And the second test with the firmware update without the fan, I was averaging about 50 to 70 minutes. But with this fan, it actually lasted until the battery died. So about almost 2 hours. I think it's about an hour 45, 50, something like that. Like, it did solve the issue of overheating and that it lasted even without the AC on, just with the thing. Now let's move on to 4K 60. Without the fan, it was 17 minutes. And with the AC on without the fan, it was running around 30 minutes. Now, without the AC on, but with this cooling fan, it ran about 20 minutes or so. But again, shooting with 4K 60, you're actually not shooting that long. So I think it's okay. But considering the results I had with a manual lens, and the 4K 60, 10-bit 422 highest bit rate, I had it at around more than 60 minutes. But this time around, it's like 17 minutes without the fan and about 20 minutes just with the fan. So it's a huge decrease from my previous test with a manual lens. Now for 4K 120, I was actually surprised because it lasted the same amount of time that the 4K 60 did without AC on, without the fan on. Both of them lasted to 17 minutes until it overheated. And then with the fan, it actually did better. Both had 10-bit 422 and at the highest bit rate, but with the fan on 4K 120, it lasted about 25 minutes. So that's about like a 5-minute mark. So that's a pretty good increase. But yeah, I was just very confused because the numbers on other people, some people shot this with a wedding and some report that it's pretty good. Like they last a long time and it doesn't really overheat on them. But also a lot of people say that the camera overheats a lot. And it kind of sucks because we can't get a consistent number for these units. If you're just shooting HD, you won't have any worries with this one, even for professional work. But for 4K, make sure you have a cooling fan on, make sure you let it rest, and make sure that you kind of cover your butt and have a second camera ready. Or maybe this is your B cam that if it dies, your main camera still does your professional work, because people pay for you to be there and to make a video for them. You want to use the tools that are reliable, and if they're not, you want to fix it with accessories like this cooling fan. One thing I do like about this is that you can monitor your temperature, the camera's temperature on the back. And if you've noticed around the testing, the 4K 24, it was hovering around 29 to like 35 degrees Celsius. And then it went to 40, 45 during 4K 60 and 4K 120. So you can tell that the cooling fan is actually doing a lot of work, because without the fan, it was averaging from 55 to 65 degrees Celsius. Now, if you're wondering about the battery life of this cooling fan, is about an hour to an hour and a half on turbo mode. And if you do want to record longer, you can put a USB-C and plug it into a power bank or a power source like your V-mount battery or a power bank. Now, how this sticks is just a sticker and little suction cups. So you have to put a sticker on the back of your camera, and that the cooling fan has little suction cups. Now, 6 out of 10 times, it kind of slides down and that makes it fall. And for the other few times, it was sticking very well, and that you just have to align it properly on the sticker that you put on the back of the camera. Make sure the surface is clean and the suction cups are clean as well, so it won't drop on you. So just keep that in mind if you are filming aggressively with the Sony a6700. So I've asked Ulanzi if I could get you guys a discount code to pick up one of these guys, but unfortunately we didn't get one. But since they sent me two, I'm giving away one for free. Just comment down below what camera you use, and that's it. I'll pick the winner next week. So stay tuned, and hopefully this video helped you out if you do still want to pick up the a6700, or if you do have one and you need a solution for the overheating, this would be it. And as usual, I'm giving away my Sunset Film Lot Pack, and all you have to do to win is comment down below the same thing: what is your camera and what would you use the Ulanzi cooling fan for. If you want to learn how I shoot low light with the a6700 and the FX30, click on this video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
No one